Well, I'm heading to pick up my old motorhome. Those of you that are new to the channel probably won't recognize this old RV. It's a 1975 GMC chassis, P30 chassis. Fleury motorhome, made in Saskatchewan, with genuine Saskatchewan sealskin bindings. This is the absolute first video I produced on my channel. Still my favorite. Although nobody's seen it because nobody sees your first video on YouTube. But still, it's my favorite video. I'd highly encourage you to one of these. It's in reverse, so I'm gonna take a chance on this way. Head over and watch that Adventure RV film. If you like Vice Grip Garage, I think you'll like this too. It was before Vice Grip Garage was Vice Grip Garage. It's before this guy's garage was this guy's garage. My dad passed away, and like all big things in life, big change brings big change. So this was the start of my YouTube experience. And I'm gonna pick up the old girl right now. Right now. Hold a second, we're gonna make a change of plans. I'm gonna show you that video right here, right now. This is bad. Clutch fan just blew apart. Took out the radiator. And looks like took out the water pump with it. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Well, here we are. I got on an airplane to buy this. First impressions of the old Fleury. I'm a little nervous. So far, it goes down the road all right, stops good, goes good. God help me, I hope I make it home. I'm out of my mind. On the road. Clock is showing 96,000 miles. Bell just made a little squeal. I'm a little nervous about that. Pretty good manners on the road. Only got 1,500 kilometers, roughly 90,000 miles, or 900 miles to make it home in a 1975 GMC Fleury. God help me. Just a little update. Been driving now for about 4 hours. Really solid on the road, knock on wood. Just stopped again for gas. It's been about 4 hours. Put about 100 liters for 4 hours, so 25 liters an hour. Pretty fair for the size of it, I think, and that I could use a tune-up for sure. And it's loud going down the road, but when it stops being loud, then I'll start getting worried, I guess. So let's recap. I get on an airplane, fly to Montreal from Sydney, get in this behemoth, this 19-foot mystery of marvel, hop in it and start making my way home. I gotta say, it's feeling pretty sketchy at time. I know the U-joint's hanging out of it. But at the same time, this trip is like a spiritual journey. That chair that was right there, for some reason, was pointed at me the whole way home. It felt like my dad was with me the whole way. I get out of the motorhome. It's dark. I'm in the middle of nowheres. I'm at the hotel. Now, my dad just being buried a week previous to this trip. One of the hymns that was picked out for his service was Amazing Grace. And when I got out of this RV, somebody was singing a cappella Amazing Grace. I'm in the middle of nowheres. I've been trying to find a way to tell this part of the story for years now, and at that point, it brought so much peace to me. I was just basically in disbelief of what's going on. Just got up through the middle of the night here. It's the end of day one, the middle before day two. Halifax landed in Montreal at 9 o'clock a.m. And by the time I got on the road from behind the fleury, it was 2:30 in the afternoon. And 4 o'clock in the morning now. I just had a couple of thoughts. I put 500 kilometers on the fleury today. 338 miles, basically. Aside from an obnoxious exhaust leak and the squeal belt, or the fan belt starting to squeal, or the alternator belt actually starting to squeal, it's been working really, knock on wood, pretty good. So, in the morning, after I go back to bed and get a few more hours sleep, I'm going to head over to Canadian Tire, see if I can get a fan belt to put on it, or an alternator belt. The wipers are in pretty rough shape. I got to put a set of wipers on it in case it rains tomorrow. And make the rest of my way home, which is another 1,000 kilometers. Or roughly 600 miles. So to recap the day, I flew from Sydney to Montreal, got in a vehicle I never seen before, sight unseen. Made a deal with it that I'd make it nice if it got me home, so I'll have to follow through on that one, I guess. Making a deal with the devil. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Just had a look at the fleury. And it was so late when I got on the road last night, I just wanted to pound some hours in, so I didn't get on the road till 2 o'clock. And although I looked it over before I left, there were some things I noticed when I started driving. The fan belt squealing. It's actually loose. It's not in a very fun place to get at. If you can see down here, it's not in a fun place at all. So what my plan is, I'm going to go to Canadian Tire. I'm going to buy a fan belt for it. I'm going to buy some tools because I don't have a tool with me. Idiot. I'm going to tighten up the fan belt. And I'm going to buy a spare. Hopefully that'll get me home. And the other thing I looked at, because it has a bad vibration when you take off the gas, and I had a sneaking suspicion that the U-joint was bad. Well, it's really, really bad, and honestly, it's too bad to ignore right now. So I'm gonna have to go and get a U-joint for it at Canadian Tire, and hopefully, without spending a whole bunch of money, I can get enough tools to replace it. Hopefully, I can get away with just replacing the 2 outside cups, which is what's really bad, and hopefully I can nurse it to get it home. Other than that, it's so she's pretty ugly inside. The plan is to do a remodel. Gut it out. Start new. Well, not really gut it out, but fix what needs to be fixed. Freshen it up. Make it look like it was done in the century. And clean it up and make a fun family rig. Off to Canadian Tire. Or at least wait for it to open at 9 o'clock. So, just came out of Canadian Tire after spending $269. Yuck. Bought some tools. I got a U-joint and I got some fan belts. Band-aided up to get me the rest of the way home. Because I'll settle for a Band-Aid right now. And believe it or not, they had parts for a 1975 GM Fleury. Anyways, see how it goes. So, we got the doghouse off. Here's what we're looking at. The alternator's right there, so it's not too bad to get at. So, hopefully, I'm just going to get away with tightening it up. And have the belts for emergency use only. But, yeah. So there's a good reason why the belt was loose, because the bolt wasn't tight. So I got that adjustment. That only took 5 minutes. Yay, hopefully I don't have to change that belt because it's in a nasty spot. Anyways, after the U-joint. Like I said earlier, the badge, the U-joint was too bad to ignore anymore. So luckily, I have the part. Now I'm just going to make shift something to change it. Okay. Well, in case you're ever in a pinch, black iron serves well as a place to pound U-joint out. I hope. Yeah. So we got it moving. Here's the problem, I can't get it moving all the way, so next I go buy a chisel and split the cap of the U-joint, I guess, because this ain't moving anymore. Okay. I think that was a little bad. Back on the road. It's driving much better, no quieter, but I didn't fix that. Belt's not squealing. Vibration's gone, much nicer to drive. So drive for about an hour and get underneath it, check the bolts, and see that it gets me home. It's been about 4 hours since I put the U-joint in it. I just stopped, pulled over to check the U-joints, make sure nothing's moving or make sure everything's staying tight. And I tell you, since I adjusted that fan belt and fixed the U-joint, this thing's been driving like a dream. Oh Jesus, there's the parts that came into the U-joint. I left them on the back bumper. That'll tell you how smooth this thing's driving right now. It's really, really impressing me how well it's built, how tight it is on the road. It's working good. I got another 7-8 hours of driving left before I get home. If it goes like this, it's going to be pretty uneventful, and I hope this is the way it goes. Knock on wood. That being said, it's time to keep rolling. Coffee time. Well, here we are. Broke down outside of Moncton. This is bad. Clutch fan just blew apart. Took out the radiator. And it looks like took out the water pump with it. Ruh-roh raggy. So, radiator's out. So, lots of damage. Hopefully the local rad shop can record. Day 3. Got some used parts sourced. Thanks to Brett at BLP. And next, hopefully the radiator gets recorded today and I can get it all back together and get on the road. Whoa. I am tired and I miss my family. That's all for now. Well, here we go. She's going back together. And what happened was took the original radiator to a radiator shop here in Moncton, and they wanted $900 plus tax if they could use my old tanks, and they wanted $1,500 if the tanks were not usable. And if I had to go through with that, I would have had to abandon ship. So what we have is a workaround, a field repair. So we took a radiator of an old van that Brett had on the lot here, turned it sideways, we're filling it with water, and hopefully we'll get back on the road here in about an hour's time. So I need some luck. So this was the start of my YouTube experience. And I'm gonna pick up the old girl right now. Right now. Well, she started up like a kitten. I used to live there. Used to own that house. Whoa, Billy, whoa. First time I put the brakes on in a year. Oh, they're there. Oh. I know when the gas gauge goes to the full mark, it means it's empty. I hope I get home. Don't want Johnny Law to get me. Let's give you the nickel tour. Reupholstered everything up front here. New carpeting up front. Got rid of the old orange shag. Still a work in progress on the inside. The bunks are back up. We got new interior for the inside, so stove got to be hooked up. All in all, not much work left to do to get going this summer. So thanks again for stopping by this guy's garage. If you enjoyed this video, you can hit that subscribe button right there. That's the best way to help us out. You can watch another video right around here somewhere. And until the next time, folks, this guy out. Yeehaw. All in all, this was the trip from hell, the adventure of a lifetime.
This guy's garage. Like and subscribe.